Good. Alright, so starting with the sheet, site, Old, come on pen, Old Virginia. So we don't have a gauge here, but there's going to be one installed, so that's kind of unnecessary. This is going to be our first measurement of the day, completed by JW, WR, Hardy, Weingart, and Ross. Now the rest of this stuff is, it's not really, it is necessary, but it's pretty simple. It's always, your suspension method is always going to be a rod. So your method coefficient is going to be, your method is going to be 0.6. You're taking it at 60% of depth. Let me get a new pen here, because this one just sucks. Oh, thanks. 0.6, 20 seconds, and that's about all you really need up there. Your flow, you're just going to make some basic observations. So I would say the flow is steady. Your cross section is sand and cobbles. And your control is a concrete culvert. And we know, since it's a culvert, it's a pre-measured width, we know the width is going to be 6 feet. And then, the rest of the calculations will come out. But so you're gonna, you have your total width, and so your distance from initial point, that's going to go from 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and so on, all the way to 6 feet. The width of that is going to be, the width of each profile. So since we're on quarter-foot sections, that initial profile from 0 is going to be 0.125. For the first and last section, everything else on quarter-foot is going to be quarter-foot, so 0.25. And we'll take the depth in there. Next up, this is a reminder, it takes AA batteries, so if you ever need to replace it, 4 AA batteries in the back. It just unscrews pretty simply. So to power on this guy, press power. Then you want to take velocity, so you press the velocity button here. It's for a period of 20 seconds, so that's where that number of seconds corresponds to. Now getting to the rod, you have when you're taking it down, you're measuring the depth. So you have, essentially 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. If you're at 4 foot, you're in trouble in the stream. It has the half a foot, which is clear, but it's denoted by 3 lines, it looks like there. And so it's on engineer scale. So hypothetically, if the water's at 1 foot, say we're measuring the water here, we want to raise this to the 1 foot mark up here on this other rod. So it raises up, and so you're at 1 foot, and that it's pre-calibrated to work at 60% of depth. So let's say we're oriented upstream, we're steady, we're ready to take a velocity. You hit enter, take your measurement, and then it says enter to start. So the propeller would be turning, so I'm going to do that, and that gets it going. And it goes for a period of, you can see that at all, 20 seconds there, and it's showing the pulses, which is some increment of the revolutions there. And when it runs out, a minute here, it gives you the velocity. So it said our velocity was 0.403 feet per second, and then you just record that value at the velocity at point here on the sheet, and that's all there is to it.